The International is coming. The world's best Dota 2 teams fighting for their chance to be forever remembered as the greatest players of all time. Each team and player bringing with them a unique story to share. This is the International Lowdown, and this is the story of Virtus Pro. Unstoppable. Many use the term flippantly when describing Dota 2 teams, but there is only one true example of a force that cannot be slowed, bested, or stopped. The very definition of unstoppable is Virtus Pro. The organization's early years were plagued by mediocrity, swapping out player after player, and even having the org pull out of Dota 2 itself. Twice. But that all changed in 2016, when the org brought on a completely new 5-man squad of players. Players with plenty of experience, but a history of struggle. That was until they united together under Virtus Pro. When VP systematically decimated every other team at the Kiev Major, the world took note. The crowd screamed their name for the first time in a long time. A pro player once said to me, the best advice for facing off against VP is to mute all the other players in the game, because they are notorious for getting inside the heads of their enemies. It's not uncommon to see the team laughing during their games and tipping their opponents after every bad play. And the truth is, it works. VP's psychological plays are as decimating as their gameplay. Nearly $1 million more winnings than anyone else in the DPC. Nearly twice as many DPC points as anyone else this season. 4-time major champions. At every single event, people expect the time has finally come, that Virtus Pro will finally falter. But they have just continued their relentless run event after event, captained by one of the best in the business. The team's captain, Solo, is no stranger to destroying his enemies. Originally tagging up as Solo Line Abuse as a tribute to his ability to go into a lane and abuse the enemy so much that they would rage quit, he is credited as the man who brought the black sheep of CIS players together under one roof. Solo created the current VP squad with his experience from Vega Squadron. Solo's unique style and skills as the captain are what hold this team together. An incredible redemption story, Solo's early career was nearly put to an end due to betting controversies. But after taking years off and maturing considerably, Solo has grown to be one of the most respected and honorable captains in the scene, a role model that a lot of pro players now can look up to. The Russian Dota prodigy Ramses' skills were discovered at a very young age, only 15 years old, when he took part in his first tournament. Many considered him to be a devil to play against in their pub games, giving him the tag 666 as a result. Ramses' early career mostly consisted of being bought and sold from team to team, each hoping that the demon could save their failing squads. But instead, he would be their shining star until the team inevitably imploded. Excelling at high-risk, high-reward heroes, Ramses thrives under pressure. And if someone's looking for Ramses, they typically leave in a body bag. Though one of the youngest players at this year's International, he is by far one of the most feared. Noone Pasha is the team's offlaner, but saying that hardly does him any justice. Originally a world-class carry player, Noone Pasha excelled at the position, but claimed it was boring. There just wasn't enough opportunities to kill his enemies. He decided later to become an offlaner and a roamer, using the skills he developed as a carry to hunt down and murder anybody in his way. When asked if he ever feels like the superstar that he is, and if all these winnings he has achieved have gone to his head, his answer is relatively simple. I am no star, and all that matters to me is the International. A man of duty and conviction, and apparently insane bloodlust. For no one, the International has always been all that mattered. Originally getting into Dota 2 after watching Na'Vi win the first International and begging his friends for a beta key, no one's mission has always been to go to TI. Going so far as to ditch his own prom for the International Open qualifiers. Noone is a man who lives and breathes the TI dream. When mid players are asked who they're most afraid of in this world, they typically whisper, "No one." Warming up to Western audiences considerably over the last few years, Noone is becoming the link between the CIS and the West, and we couldn't be happier. The newest member of VP, Roger, has just started to flourish despite starting his professional career in 2013. Roger was a blossoming star when he was picked up by Na'Vi, and he became the backbone of that struggling team. However, Na'Vi decided to let him go, a decision that they would soon regret. Within 1 month of joining VP, Roger was crowned MVP at ESL 1 Katowice, and with Roger on the team, VP turned one major victory into 3. Now, this was incredible. Right after joining VP, perhaps it was his way of getting revenge on Na'Vi, or perhaps he was always an incredible player, lacking the support that he truly needed. Nobody knows, but either way, Roger's time in the spotlight has finally arrived. And that, in short, is Virtus Pro, a team formed by 5 players who had been thrown around the CIS scene countless times until they found teammates as ready to win as they were. A team that has dominated last year in every single way, setting record after record, and who are unquestionably the favorites for many to win this year's International. The world will wait to see if anyone has figured out a way to end their reign of terror. But as far as we know, they remain unstoppable.